are you all? Hope you are fine. So get ready to start our social science lessons. We have 3 textbooks. First lesson of our geography is going to start now. I think you are all very interested. I think it's very simple for you to study too. So the first chapter is resources from geography. Resources is a name so familiar to you because while we are looking around, lots of things will be there surrounded into our locality. Not almost everything in our surrounding will be very much useful for human, either in one way or in the other. So this chapter gives you a simple idea about whatever different types of resources are there in our locality, and also a simple definition that what is resource. A resource means everything in our surroundings or available in nature which is useful to man. Every products around us which is useful to man either in one way or in the other. These are called resources. Thousands or crores of many varieties are available in our world, naturally available, or sometimes we will make some new products out of naturally available things. Anyway, everything, just you have to make a list of your own what you can say study room or at home or in your surroundings or even in your bag inside. Lots of things will be there. Everything is very useful to man. So every useful objects in our nature is called a resource. A resource has its value and utility. Utility means any kind of use. If it is a stone or a piece of paper or a pen or whatever it may be, will be having its uses. So every useful things are called resources, and resources has its value. And value means worth, value, we are always using that common word value. So for a resource, two types of values are there. Either it is economic value or it is aesthetic value. Economic values are values that we need to pay in the form of money or that we are getting in the form of money while we are using any kind of resource. That means thousands of varieties of metals are there, minerals are there in this world. While we are using them, if we are selling them, we will get money. Or if we need to buy them, we need to pay money. So whenever we are using money, when we are using a resource, that is called its economic value. But at the other side, it is another style of value called aesthetic value. I hope that you know the meaning of aesthetic. Aesthetic means something gives us happiness that we cannot see anywhere, but we can feel it everywhere. So whenever we are enjoying something or whenever we are feeling something while we are using a particular product, that is known as its aesthetic value. So while we are seeing a beautiful scenery or a movie or while we are painting something or while we are singing, all these are very useful where we are enjoying something. So two types of values are there, economical or aesthetic. And now let us study types of resources. Major three broad classifications are there for resources. They are natural resources, human resources, and human made resources. From this or today, we will study only about natural resources and its broad classifications alone. So let us study what is natural resource first. Natural resources are everything available or found in our environment which has a use for man, that is made by nature itself, that is natural resources. And natural resources are divided into four major classifications. They are on the basis of origin, it can be divided into biotic and abiotic. Biotic means every object which has its life. Every living beings are an example for biotic life or biotic resource. Then abiotic means products or materials found in our surroundings which has no life but are useful. just like stones are there or wooden pieces are there. Everything has its uses for man but are not having its own life. So biotic and abiotic are the two types of resources that can be classified on the base of origin. So on the base of origin, biotic and abiotic. And the next one is on the base of level of development and use. On the base of level of development and use, it can be potential resource or actual resource. Potential resource and actual resource. Potential resources are resources which has its uses and utility but are not using presently fully. That means resources are available but are not using presently. That means which can be used in future whenever our technologies are developing a lot. But actual resources are, we know every details about actual resources. That means it is already recognized where the places are and also know its quality, quantity and the uses out of that resource for human. So we are using it in its maximum style presently. They are actually under use. So on the base of level of development and use, two types of resources are there. One is potential, which are useful to man but are not using presently. They has its potential, will use it in future. And the another one is actual. They are actually using with all its possible capacities. Then on the base of distribution. On the base of distribution, natural resources are of two types. That is, if we are able to find a resource everywhere wherever we go, just like air or water etc., they are called ubiquitous, will be found everywhere. But resources which can be found in a particular locality or in a particular place alone, they are called localized resources, will be found in that particular local area alone. That means the polar bear or Andaman pigeon etc. So here is the last classification of our natural resource, that is called classification on the base of stock. That word itself is very clear. Stock. Will it be available or not? That is, on the base of stock, it can be of two types, renewable and non-renewable. From the word itself, it is clear that renewable means that product will renew after use. There will be no problem for its availability in this nature after use also. But non-renewable is resources which will be finished in future if we are utilizing it into maximum, or it will take long millions of years of time to reproduce. So it will be very cautious. We need to limit its uses. So on the base of stock, it will be of two types. One is renewable, another one is non-renewable. So here is our portion, that is natural resources and its classification. Natural resources are resources found everywhere in the nature with have no any human aid. And its classifications are on the base of origin, on the base of development and use, on the base of distribution and on the base of stock. So the major important point of that chapter is finished here. Let us conclude our class today. We have discussed a lot of matters about that chapter now. We will continue the remaining portions in the next sessions. So study well, prepare your notes. Keep watching. Thank you.